Carlson preys on the friendship he proclaims with others. And then he knifes them directly between the shoulder blades when convenient for him. Tucker Carlson is, in short, a terrible friend. Tucker Carlson was supposedly Charlie Kirk's friend. Charlie believed that Nick Fuentes was vermin. That's a direct quote. He believed that because Nick Fuentes dedicated his life to destroying Charlie Kirk and TPUSA from the inside.
So first and foremost, the idea that in order for you to show that you're a good friend of somebody, you have to agree not to host people on your platform from conversations is just so anti-Charlie, it's unbelievable. And it is simply a fact, which I feel comfortable sharing now, that Charlie and Ben Shapiro did not get along. Because Charlie found out that Ben was operating behind the scenes to stop him and
undermine the United States of America
in our early days. And I have only about 80 to 150 text messages from Charlie to that effect. This is not a debate, by the way. This is a fact. So challenge me to share the messages. I will gladly. Ben was in part upset because I made a joke about him when I appeared on Joe Rogan back in 2018. I know these types in school. Like, I was in their classes, you know, like they're just like, you're like late to school, or like the last person you want to see is like the hall monitor, like, you know, like the idea like that you would be late, right?
Yeah.
Like he's writing you a pink slip. It's like, Ben, just give me the pink slip, dude. Like, that just give it to me, Ben. All right, like lighthearted joke. Obviously, the story goes
He does look like one of those teachers that would slap you with a ruler if you like put your hand like even close to the cookie jar. I want my cookies. But no, Ben Shapiro. He says that Charlie wouldn't debate Nick Fuentes because he didn't want Nick Fuentes' ideas out there. But at the same time, it's interesting because Ben Shapiro wasn't a great friend of Charlie either, so he's trying to make it seem like he was such a better friend to Charlie than he was, because he's kind of being like ingenuine about it.
Stuck with me despite Ben's urging. We kept climbing. We reached a point where as a team, Charlie and I were suddenly undeniable. Charlie's perspective was just laugh and move on. We get the invite to be on Ben Shapiro's show, and I'm like, no, F that. He was so awful to us. And Charlie's like, no, it's great. Let's do it because we won. Okay, we won, Candace. And I'm like, okay, fine. We get to the location, I think it was in Sherman Oaks, California, and Charlie says to me, we're in the green room, hey, when we take a photo with him, I'm going to puff my chest out and stand extra tall so we never forget this moment of us having triumphed over Ben Shapiro.
He's 5'1".
And he actually does it, and it was completely hilarious, and this is actually the photo from that. He definitely did that. Totally on purpose. It was such a Charlie Kirk thing to do, and it became like our perfect inside joke every time we felt like he was kind of saying little things about us. And that was Charlie. That was just the spirit of Charlie, and he moved on from it. He was always cordial beyond that. He never felt any nastiness. The point of me sharing this, though, is to make it very clear that Charlie loved Tucker. Charlie was not in love with Ben Shapiro. He didn't hate Ben Shapiro. He just, I would say, experienced Ben Shapiro. Despite this, he always, as I said, kept it cordial because that's who he was as a person. But what I will not allow is this absolute inversion of reality where Ben Shapiro becomes any sort of voice on who is and who is not betraying their friendship with Charlie. I will not allow it.
Yeah, so he's making it seem like, since Tucker talked with Nick Fuentes that he's betraying Charlie Kirk's memory, when no, he's not, because Charlie normally would have talked with anybody, so it's like in Charlie's nature to do that. But Ben Shapiro, they had Ben Shapiro on like the Turning Point podcast after Charlie died, and it's so sketchy the way. I don't like those. The only person at Turning Point that I liked was Charlie. Everyone else I absolutely despise. You can see their devious, little treacherous, little evil-minded intentions, plotting and planning behind the scenes. I don't like them at all. And Ben Shapiro's getting sketchier and sketchier by the day. I used to like him a lot, but now I don't even know about him anymore because he keeps making all the wrong decisions. But, yes. But, yeah, if you like the video, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And with that, the Maestro never gives up.